Hello, my name is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders. Today, I did some trading on ACB and I'd like to share a quick recap for you. Up on ACB here, you'll notice just by the time that I am doing something that I generically do not do when trading, and that is trading within the first 5 minutes of the market open. By practice, our community discourages this because the volatility is generically a little too crazy to get a good entry and feel comfortable about it, unless you've got some news or something that you really think helps give you a thought about what's going on. For me, that was the case with ACB today. So ACB was trading about 5% down pre-market. This was actually on good earnings news. They actually beat their earnings. So we had a lot of people that were selling off, probably taking some profits, maybe anticipating a decline. I'm not really sure. I actually thought ACB may go up after the good news, but it didn't. Going into the open, as I was watching ACB to see what I thought it might do, I noticed here that ACB seemed to be finding a bottom. It went from moving drastically down like it was pre-market, just these big moves down to where it was kind of settling in nicely, only moving down a few more cents. So as we went into the previous day close, I decided I was going to try and take this opening range breakup, but I wanted to make sure I got the good entry, and if I didn't get a good entry, I wasn't going to take it. So I went ahead and I looked here, and our low of the pre-market was about 671, so I decided that's where I would like to take my entry. As we got a nice rally going into the open, kind of confirmed that, we were going to have some buying going on. And as you will see, as the market opened, we actually had a sharp opening range break up that pulled way back down afterwards for a breakdown and came back down to 666. Now, as it started to push back up, I went ahead and took my entry at 672. Actually, I took it at 672. I got filled at 673 because it was moving up pretty fast. And it shot back up to VWAP, and I went ahead and took a 12-cent partial right there. Now, I did take a large position here for me, so I went ahead and took half of my shares here at this partial. That was a 12-cent move, and that was a very nice move for me in the day, and locked in my trade fees, also a little over a third of my P&L for the day, and was looking real nice. I went ahead and set my stop loss at the break of the low of the day, and decided I was going to hunker in and hopefully right up to the previous day's close. Now you'll see here, after this partial took on the 1 minute, it actually came back down. It tested my stop loss quite within a penny, and then pushed back up. It actually, within this 1 minute, which you can't really see, is it was actually bouncing up and down very quickly. So I went ahead and set a limit order at VWAP and went ahead and took another partial at VWAP just to reduce my risk a little bit. It's still a 10-cent move, but it wasn't shooting up quite as fast as I wanted to, and I thought we might be getting a break back down. So I went ahead and took that. Of course, after I took that, the market shot quickly up. The SPY showed a lot of strength, and it came back up, and I got a nice move up. I still had quite a few shares left in at this point, so it didn't hurt me too bad, and I got a nice move up. Went ahead and took a partial here, and then got another move up to about 708, and then took another partial there. You'll see on the 5-minute candle, you'll kind of see my tiering, how it worked out. So you've got, my entry here, partial at VWAP. Nice move up here, took that partial, and then we got a full up to the top of this candle. Now, I went ahead and locked in, I still had about, at this point after partialing, I still had about a quarter of my shares left. So I went ahead and held for the previous day's close, which we did get a little bit later. I took half of those shares, and then left the rest in for the what I was hoping for to be the high of the day, which was 755, and I actually ended up just shy of that, or I would have been out for the day right about there. It did pull back, and as it started to pull back, I noticed a little bottom, so I added a few shares back in here, and then had it move up. And I went ahead and just kind of partialed off. As I added back in, the volume just tanked, and I got stuck in it for a little bit, but I did manage to squeeze off another, 5-10 cent moves here and there just to at least get a couple and got me well over. I think I ended up about well over double my P&L goal for the day on this one today. So anyway, big thing just to, talking about is if you're looking at doing an opening range breakup or down, the main thing to look at is there some kind of indication prior, and then set your entry and only take that trade if you get the entry that you're looking for. Don't chase the opening range breakout. That's how you get eaten alive by those, is chasing them. If this one had continued to go away from me, broke VWAP and moved up, I would have waited until it at least pulled back to VWAP, maybe even came through and did a double punch before I would have gotten into it. But since it got back and I could get my my entry here, I went ahead and took it. Risk reward felt good for me, and I got rewarded for it. So I hope everybody's having a great day and enjoyed my trade here on ACB, and I hope everybody's staying green.